What is up, everybody? It's MaxComGaming back in another video, and what I have for you today is a great strategy for Arena 6 for Arena 6, and what it mainly bases around is a Hog Rider and the freeze. It's really good pushing strategy. Sometimes you can use the Barbarians to tank, but let's get right into the replays. Alright, so we're going to be going against Gigasort with the Bomberisme clan, and right off the bat he's going to drop a Hog Rider, use 4 of Elixir before he even gets up to 10, so I'm going to have to drop my Bomb Tower for defense so he can't take that out. Then I'm going to wait for my Elixir to build up a little bit, and I'm going to drop my Barbarians kind of in the back of my tower so I can get a little slow push going. And when I should have dropped a Fireball instead of the freeze, but I mean, then he drops his Spear Goblins and Archers right after, able to take out my Barbarians, no problem. And then he tries to get a nice push in with the Skeleton Army, Barbarians, Archers, and Goblins, but my Fireball was able to take him out really soon, so I'm glad I saved that Fireball. So right now, as we're both building up Elixir, I'm thinking about having my Hog Rider push, but I still have to wait for my Elixir to build up so I can get some push, but he drops his Hog Rider right in before I could drop mine, so I have to drop my Minion Horde in to defend that. And right now I noticed that he didn't have arrows, so I knew I was going to use that later on in the game, but I didn't have my arrows ready for his Minion Horde that he dropped, and I should have waited to drop my Hog so I could use my freeze. So right now he has the early damage advantage with only 1,000 health left on my tower, and he still has 1,800 left on his, and I'm trying to wait for a good push to pull in. And then as we're both building up Elixir, he's going to drop his Lightning Spell on my tower and my Bomb Tower. So I should have known right there he wouldn't have too much Elixir for a push. So I dropped my Barbarians down, trying to get a nice slow push. And he drops his Hog Rider in on the other side, so I dropped my Spear Goblins to defend that. And now my Hog Riders are moving in for a nice push while he has no Elixir. So since my Barbarians are moving in, I'm going to freeze all that up and be able to take that tower all by myself with those Barbarians, and then arrow those minions and the Goblins, which will pull me in with the 1 crown. And I have full Elixir, he has only 4, so he's not going to be able to do a counter push. So now that he has 1 tower down and I have none, he's going to Lightning Spell my tower again, which kind of gets annoying, but I'm going in with another push on the right side, just giving up that tower because I know I got this one. So I'm going to freeze all that up, use my Hog and Barbarians to take out that tower, and then I'm going to get the 2 crowns. And if I really wanted to, I probably could have got the 3 crowns, but I just knew I had to play a little bit of defense because I can't risk it. And I was able to pull away with the 2 crown to 1 crown victory. Alright guys, in this next replay, we're going against a Young 2 from the Dream Team. And he's going to be using the Giant Skeleton pretty often in this deck, but I'm not really scared of the Giant Skeleton. I honestly think it's a pretty bad card. So right off the bat, he's going to drop his Giant Skeleton and his Minion Horde. So I drop down my Barbarians for defense, and I try to arrow that Minion Horde right away. So right now, I have 5 Elixir, he has 3. And I'm waiting to get that push in with the Hog Rider. But I should have waited a little bit longer so I could use my freeze, but it's too late now. And he was able to take my Hog Rider out right away. Alright, so now we dropped Barbarians, and the best counter in my opinion for the Barbarians is either the Fireball or the Bomb Tower, so that's why I use both. Same with the Witch, she's pretty easy to take out. I don't think she's that good of a card either, especially at level 1. So right now, just like last game, he has an early advantage, and I didn't know the whole time if he's using that crying emoji as a taunt or as actually being upset, so I'm going to turn that back at him when I beat him in this game. So right now, he drops his Wizard right away for defense, and I was hoping he'd go for the Barbarians, but no, he was able to take out the minions. And then he threw in a Fireball, and I messed up on my freeze. I threw it in way too late, which was a waste of 4 Elixir and a freeze. So he's going to taunt me one more time, which got me a little bit more upset, and just wanted to make me win even more. So even when he drops his Prince, I could still use great defense on him, because even with spear goblins and a hog rider, I was able to take him out because of my bomb tower. Alright, so now we can drop his minion horde, but I'm going to arrow it right after so he can't get any damage on my towers. And I'm still getting a little bit nervous, but once that 1 minute mark hits, I know I was going to be able to get some good pushes in. So he can drop his witch down. I'm going to drop my barbarians behind the tower, hoping he wouldn't fireball it, so he didn't. But I fireballed his stuff. And as we're waiting for a push, luckily everything was taken down, so I knew I could do my hog freeze. Even with that giant skeleton, because I knew he couldn't do much to my hog. So once my hog gets there, I'm going to freeze everything right there and able to take that tower really low health, if not take it out. So I've already done the 700 all in one push with just one troop. And his giant skeleton isn't going to do anything to my tower either, and neither his barbarians because of my bomb tower. So he's going to drop a minion horde, and I'm just going to drop my arrows right on it. Won't do a thing to it. And my spear goblin should be able to take that prince with my barbarians. And all I know is I just need one more good push, and I should get that tower. So I'm waiting on my bomb tower to defend those barbarians. And then once those barbarians are out, I'm thinking about making a push with my hog rider and freeze and taking that tower out. So as I drop my barbarian down, he drops his witch down, but it won't be enough to drop for my freeze. Even with that minion horde, all I need is a fireball, and I throw in the taunt that he's been using the whole game and win the game with a 1-0 victory. Alright, in our last replay, we're going to get some guy, I can't pronounce his name or his clan, did some random characters, but he's going to use a baby dragon and the barbarians a lot throughout this game. Same with the Valkyrie, so he loves his splash damage, but it won't be enough to take me out. And I had bad bomb tower placement on that, but it still worked out for me. So, and I don't know why I placed the spear goblins right there, because my bomb tower took him out no problem. So now we're both just waiting on an elixir, and he's just sitting on his bomb tower waiting to put that out. But I think he's waiting for me to put a troop down. So I'm gonna drop my barbarians in the back. He drops his bomb tower. I don't really know what to do because I didn't have any cards to take that out yet. So I just shot my spear goblins just so I could drop them. And now I can make a... my barbarians could get to the bomb tower, but unfortunately it's level 5, so I had to freeze it. And I didn't know he had a Valkyrie, which was able to take out any barbarian horde or barbarian group by herself. So now she's gonna use the Valkyrie as a tank for the baby dragon, but she was already almost dead, and I had my bomb tower to distract it, so it really wouldn't do much to my base. So now he's just gonna... a lot of people like to drop minions on the bomb tower. I don't really understand why, but it's kind of because they could just arrow it right away, but I guess it works most of the time. So right now I'm waiting for his bomb tower to die, hoping he couldn't cycle right back to a new one, but he did right away. So I couldn't make my push just yet, but I will later on in the game. And my hog was able to dodge that bomb right away and jump over it, but it wouldn't be enough to take that out because his Valkyrie is the Valkyrie's a really good troop to defend against barbarians, prince, pretty much any troop it can defend against. But now that his bomb tower is gone, I wish I had my hog. I was able to make a huge push on it with the freeze, but unfortunately I couldn't. But he didn't have the he didn't have arrows, but he did have the baby dragon and his own minion horde, so I couldn't push with those either. So that was unfortunate. But now that I actually do have my hog, I knew he was going to drop his bomb tower, so I was going to try and take that out with my hog rider. And now that I have my freeze, I can freeze all of that up. Right there. And unfortunately, his minions were able to sneak out of that freeze. Or, yeah, his minions. But I was able to get one hit, I think. Nope, never mind. So right now, we're both pretty much tied up with 1900 life still on our tower. And we're waiting to get one good push in. But he can't really get a push in because I keep distracting with the bomb tower. And he doesn't have too many strong troops or mass troops to get to my tower. So I had to drop my minion horde. And then right after that tower's taken out, I'm going for the huge push with the hog rider. So I'm just waiting for that baby dragon to die. And then I know I can get a push in with my hog rider and my barbarians. So now that I have my freeze and barbarians, all I need is one good push, and I got upset when he had that bomb tower right on top of it, and I couldn't get that push just yet. So he had a lot of air troops, which my bomb tower couldn't take out, but I was still able to use it as a distraction for most troops. But that baby dragon wasn't distracted by either my spear goblins or my bomb tower. But now that his bomb tower is about to be taken out, I'm gonna try another time for a push. But he's probably gonna drop his Valkyrie, like he always does on barbarians. But I know I can just freeze it right up this time. But right now I feel like he just gave up or something, because he just stopped playing, sitting on 10 elixir. He might have been able to defend it, but I'm sure I would have just used my freeze and won the game. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if this deck works for you. It worked for me many times. It brought me all the way up to, I think it brought me up to 1897 trophies at one point. Then I was trying out new decks and lost a couple games. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.